Was just 8 years old. That evil existed in this world until granddaddy's laced up the boots and went to war for the world. Like Harley, history's a cycle, and we're seeing it come back around to fulfillment. Now the world's at war with its citizens, but guess what? Ain't none of us feeling
it. My motherfuckers and milfs, and welcome to the first edition of the useful pieces of shit. Now, we're gonna talk about the propane burner and what it is, and how it's doing what it's doing, and all that jazz. Alright, so what it is a compressor from a refrigerator that I scrapped, and then there's a little, you know what I'm saying, that's a little switch added in and the electrical cord right there. Alright, I was pressing high pressure air through a mason jar, which happens to be our fuel tank. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about later about what's in there. And it's going to be pressing that and separating the fumes that need to be burned, and then it's going to go into our separator, which is a 2-liter. Now, you can only use, if you're going to use plastic, I would only suggest you use 2 liters. Don't ask how I know that they can hold a hell of a lot of pressure, but they can, okay? And it's going to be bubbling through there, and that water is going to be separating the fumes that needed to be burned from the stuff that's not going to be burned. You know that octane number on whenever you buy gas? Like the 87, 89, 93, whatever. That's the amount of fuel that's burned upon ignition. Alright, so there's stuff that's not, you know what I'm saying, burned, and that's the stuff that gunks up on your motor anyway. But this is getting separated, any kind of oil in that, it's getting separated into the water. And then it goes from there, and it comes up to my redneck check valve, which is actually a flow meter. Alright, you know what I'm saying, that's all I had to work with right now. I want to get all legitimate parts for this, but you know what I'm saying, I'm just showing you that you can do this in an apocalyptic situation. You know what I'm saying? You can do this whenever shit hits the fan and you need to heat your home or you need to cook something, because let me show you. Now, where the burner is right now is inside of a hollowed out old heater, okay? You know, and I've been thinking, and I found this piece of metal that goes across the top, and the flame, because you can't blow air onto the flame because you blow it back up in the tank. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to blow air over it. So it's got to heat something, you blow air over it. That's actually just how heaters work. But of course, for my next subs, I'm going to do a lot of safety overhaul on this, because I know OSHA would not be fucking satisfied. I don't give a fuck about OSHA, but you know what I'm saying, I'm just saying. Which means installing some real check valves, some real ones. I'm also going to increase the size of the tubing and get some sharp bike fittings, so you know what I'm saying, everything is secured and not like my HHO, which likes to leak a lot. Kind of like a bitch that's done too many booty rockets. To show y'all a little bit. This is the propane burner right here. Right now, I'm fucked up and I put farm diesel in our fuel tank here. And farm diesel does not act like gasoline does. You know what I'm saying? So in the separator here, I've got some 50-to-1 chainsaw fluid, fuel. And surprisingly, it's actually working right now. And like I said, I have the burner here in a hollowed out old heater. I know it's looking a little bit jank, and everything looks jank whenever you first start it, whenever you're first starting inventions, right? You know what I'm saying? But this works. It actually works pretty well. All you got to do is you plug it up. You know what I'm saying? You plug this up. Let me get that done. I want to do this all on camera, so none of it's paused. Okay, we got that side plugged up, that side's plugged up. Now we're going to open up the garage a little bit, just for a little ventilation, because you don't want to do this, you know what I'm saying, in a non-ventilated place. Which brings us back to the disclaimer. Yes, that is a grill that you see sitting on my concrete pad. I have to find Le Torche. There it is. Okay, so we hit this button. It begins to pump. And of course, as you see, it works perfectly fine. And I did a torture test the other day and literally showed that this thing can do this right here for 3 hours on what's in there. You know what I'm saying? Non-stop, just like that. My attempt was to heat this roof, and I had a piece of metal that goes over the top of this. My attempt is to heat that so I could put a fan on this end of it. You know what I'm saying? And blow air over it and create a heating apparatus. And it's easy as just turning it off. You know what I'm saying? The flame will go out, and this acts as a check valve. You know, will not let anything go down. What I like to do, though, is I do like, for safety reasons, just to unplug it. Just in case, you know, any dogs or anything come by. You know what I'm saying? Dogs, you can never trust them motherfuckers. folks, this is your boy Boot Stamps, and I'm just coming at you with a disclaimer that anything that you see me try to do not attempt it unless you know that for a fact that the Force is with you. You know what I'm saying? Do not attempt to recreate anything that I'm doing on here because you gotta leave the being the dumbass to me, okay? You got that? I'm the one that's gonna take any of the fucking bad things that's gonna happen with this shit so that you can learn from it. So see that as a sacrifice and don't try this at home. Always remember, the Force is with you. Always.